Imagine there exists a cartoon that seems so innocent, but behind it are hidden and evil secrets that can affect your life forever. Have you ever stopped to think about what your children are really watching? Believe me, there's more to Disney movies than meets the eye. Today, I will reveal secrets that the entertainment industry doesn't want you to know. If you stay until the end of this video, you will discover information that could change the way you see children's movies forever. Curious? Then comment now, God, protect the children. That's right, type in the comments, God, protect the children. When I see your comment, I'll give it a heart because I know you're taking an important step for your family's well-being. Now that you've commented, let's dive into this fascinating and sometimes disturbing world of hidden messages in children's media. Subliminal messages are a fascinating psychological phenomenon that has intrigued scientists, marketers, and the general public for decades. These messages are stimuli or signals below the threshold of conscious perception, supposedly capable of influencing our thoughts, feelings, and behaviors without us being aware of it. The history of subliminal messages dates back to the 1950s, when James Vickery, a market researcher, claimed to have increased popcorn and Coca-Cola sales in a cinema by inserting quick frames with the messages "Eat popcorn" and "Drink Coca-Cola" during a film screening. Although Vickery later admitted the research was a fraud, the concept of subliminal messages had already captured the public's imagination. In the human brain, subliminal messages supposedly work by activating the subconscious. The theory is that even if we cannot consciously process this information, our brain registers it on a deeper level. This could, in theory, influence our future decisions and behaviors. It is important to note, however, that the effectiveness of subliminal messages is highly debated in the scientific community. Many studies have failed to prove significant effects, especially in terms of long-term behavior change. Despite this, the concept continues to fascinate people, leading to numerous theories and speculations about its use in various forms of media, including children's films. It is this fascination that leads us to the next topic: Disney and the controversies surrounding its supposed subliminal messages. The Walt Disney Company, founded in 1923 by brothers Walt and Roy Disney, has transformed from a small animation studio into one of the world's largest media and entertainment conglomerates. Over nearly a century, Disney has enchanted generations with its magical stories, memorable characters, and innovative animations. However, despite its family-friendly and innocent brand image, Disney is not immune to controversies. One of the most persistent is the allegation that its films contain subliminal messages, some of which are supposedly of an adult nature or inappropriate for children. One of the most famous cases is the supposed word sex, formed by clouds in the sky during a scene in the movie The Lion King. Another frequently cited example is the castle tower on the cover of the VHS of The Little Mermaid, which some claim is shaped like a male organ. These allegations gained traction with the advent of home video technology, which allowed viewers to pause and examine individual frames of films. The internet further amplified these theories, allowing them to spread quickly. It is crucial, however, to approach these allegations with a critical eye. Many of these supposed subliminal messages may be the result of coincidences, animation errors, or simply the human tendency to see patterns where they do not exist, a phenomenon known as pareidolia. Disney, for its part, has always categorically denied the intentional insertion of subliminal messages in its films. The company argues that such allegations are unfounded and often the result of misinterpretations or image manipulation. In the next topic, we will take a closer look at some of these cases, separating facts from fiction and exploring the role of human perception in these controversies. When examining the claims of subliminal messages in Disney films, it is crucial to distinguish between verifiable examples and unfounded rumors. Let's analyze some famous cases. The sex case in The Lion King is an interesting example. While many claim to see the word formed in the clouds, Disney explained that the letters are actually SFX, an abbreviation for special effects. This explanation is plausible, considering that it is common for artists to include subtle signatures in their work. In the scene from The Rescuers, where a nude woman supposedly appears in a window, a more detailed analysis reveals that the image is actually of two glass panels with reflections. The perceived nudity is the result of the human brain's tendency to complete patterns, even when they do not fully exist. This is where the concept of pareidolia comes in, our tendency to see familiar patterns, like faces or words, in random or ambiguous stimuli. This phenomenon explains why some people siege messages or images that were not intentionally placed. Another factor to consider is human interpretation. Often, what we see is influenced by our expectations and context. If someone tells us to look for something specific in an image, our brain may adjust our perception to find that something, even if it's not really there. It is important to remember that animation is a complex process, involving thousands of frames and numerous artists. Mistakes and coincidences can occur, and not everything that seems strange or out of place is necessarily intentional or malicious. When analyzing these claims, we must keep an open but also critical mind. It is essential to seek concrete evidence and logical explanations before accepting sensationalist theories. In the next topic, we will explore how these issues can impact children's minds and why it is important for parents to be aware of the content their children consume. Understanding how children process visual information is crucial to assessing the potential impact of supposed subliminal messages. A child's developing brain is like a sponge, absorbing and interpreting information differently from adults. Children, especially younger ones, tend to have a more literal and less critical perception of what they see. They may not have the ability to distinguish between fantasy and reality in the same way adults do. This means that images or messages an adult might ignore or interpret differently could have a more significant impact on a child. Moreover, children are more susceptible to suggestion. If they are told there is a hidden message in a movie, they may be more likely to siege that message, even if it doesn't really exist. This highlights the importance of guiding children in their interpretation of the media they consume. This is where parental supervision becomes crucial. Parents play a vital role in mediating between media and their children. Watching movies and TV shows together with children offers valuable opportunities for discussion and guidance. Talking about the content they are watching helps children develop critical thinking skills. Parents can explain confusing concepts, contextualize more mature themes, and help children distinguish between fantasy and reality. It is also important to remember that children are unique individuals. What may be disturbing or confusing for one child may not affect another in the same way. Knowing your child well and being attentive to their reactions to media content is essential. In the next topic, we will explore issues beyond supposed subliminal messages, looking at broader and more explicit themes present in children's films and how they have evolved over time. While the debate over subliminal messages continues, it is important to recognize that there are more explicit and tangible issues in children's films that deserve our attention. Many Disney films and those from other studios incorporate adult themes into their narratives, often in subtle but not subliminal ways. For example, films like The Lion King deal with heavy themes such as death and responsibility. Zootopia addresses issues of prejudice and discrimination. These themes, though important, can be complex for younger children to fully understand. Additionally, many classic Disney films contain elements that, when viewed through a modern lens, can be considered problematic. Cultural stereotypes in Peter Pan or Dumbo, for example, or representations of gender roles in older princess films, are areas that have been increasingly discussed and criticized. It is important to note that Disney's content has evolved significantly over the years. More recent films like Moana, Frozen, and Encanto feature stronger and more independent female characters and address themes such as self-discovery, family, and community in more progressive ways. This evolution reflects changes in society and a growing recognition of the responsibility content creators have when producing media for children. However, this also means that parents need to be mindful of the content of older films their children may watch. Instead of focusing exclusively on supposed subliminal messages, it may be more productive for parents to be attentive to these broader and more explicit themes. They offer excellent opportunities for meaningful discussions with children about values, ethics, and the complexities of the real world. In the next topic, we will explore concrete strategies parents can use to protect and educate their children as they navigate the world of children's entertainment. Protecting our children in the world of modern media goes beyond simply filtering the content they consume. It's about equipping them with the tools they need to navigate this world independently and critically. Here are some effective strategies. Developing critical thinking is fundamental. Encourage your children to question what they see and hear. Ask questions like, "What do you think this story is trying to teach us?" Or, "Why do you think the character acted that way?" This helps children think more deeply about the content rather than just absorbing it passively. Watching together and discussing the content is a powerful practice. When you watch movies or shows with your children, you have the opportunity to contextualize what they are seeing in real time. You can explain confusing concepts, point out positive messages, and discuss any problematic elements that may arise. Teach your children about media production. Explaining that movies and TV shows are created by people and involve many creative decisions can help children understand that not everything they see on screen is real or should be taken literally. Set clear limits on what is appropriate to watch. Use age ratings as a guide, but also trust your own judgment about what is suitable for your child's maturity level. Encourage a diverse media diet. Exposing children to a variety of content from different cultures and perspectives can help them develop a broader and more inclusive view of the world. Be open to discussing difficult topics. If a film addresses themes like death, discrimination, or conflict, use it as an opportunity to have important conversations with your children. Teach about online safety and media literacy. As children grow and gain more independent access to media, it is crucial that they understand how to navigate the digital world safely. Finding the right balance between enjoying entertainment and maintaining a vigilant stance is crucial for a healthy media experience. It is important to remember that while we should be critical and attentive, we should also not fall into the trap of paranoia or excessive fear. Appreciating art without paranoia is possible and necessary. Disney films, like other forms of children's entertainment, are primarily created to bring joy, stimulate imagination, and tell captivating stories. Most children's content creators have good intentions and work hard to produce quality material. When watching movies with your children, try to maintain a positive and open attitude. Appreciate the creativity, art, and positive messages that many of these films contain. Discuss the aspects you admire and encourage your children to do the same. At the same time, teaching discernment to children is a vital skill. Explain that it is possible to like something and still be critical of certain aspects of it. Show how they can appreciate the beauty of an animation or the excitement of a story while still questioning certain representations or messages. Encourage your children to express their own opinions about what they watch. Ask what they liked or didn't like and why. This not only helps them develop critical thinking but also strengthens their confidence in forming and expressing their own ideas. Remember that the goal is not to make the experience of watching movies an arduous task or devoid of pleasure. Instead, it is to create an environment where entertainment can be enjoyed in a conscious and enriching way. Finally, it is important to model this behavior. Show your children how you yourself appreciate movies and TV shows while still maintaining a critical and balanced perspective. In light of all the topics we have covered, I would like to share advice based on biblical teachings. The Bible tells us in Philippians 4 verse 8, "Finally, brothers, whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think about such things." I will repeat this because it is very important. Whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable. If anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think about such things. This verse reminds us of the importance of focusing our attention and that of our children on things that are uplifting and positive. This does not mean ignoring the realities of the world but rather approaching entertainment and media with a spirit of discernment, always seeking what is good and constructive. On my YouTube channel, I focus on 3 things: educating, inspiring, and uplifting others to draw closer to Jesus, our Lord and Savior. Use my channel as a valuable resource to deepen your knowledge and strengthen your faith. And you who watched until now, comment like this: "I stayed until the end." Just comment that. When I see this comment, I will give it a heart because I know I added value to you. And I will be even more motivated to always bring content of the highest quality. Now a powerful video is appearing on your screen that is a sequel to this one, full of riches, secrets about God, biblical riches, and much more that will accelerate your results in all areas. Click on this video. Do it now.